Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miguel Nuva, and I'm back with another March to the King Godzilla 2018 video. In this video, I want to talk about the King of Terror, the Destroyer of Worlds, King Ghidorah, and how I think he will fit into Godzilla 3, because I do not think he's going to be in Godzilla 2. Anyway, here we go. If King Ghidorah appears in Godzilla 2, I want it to be either the last scene in the movie or a post-credit scene where King Ghidorah either arrives on Earth or he finally appears in all his glory. If King Ghidorah is in Godzilla 2, maybe make it where the humans discover his body or they discover his meteor or something. I don't really think we'll see Rodan, Mothra, and Godzilla in this movie. I'd rather do Godzilla versus Rodan versus Mothra to set those three up so we know how strong those three are, which makes King Ghidorah that much stronger later when he appears in Godzilla 3. As for how King Ghidorah, there's two designs they can do with King Ghidorah. They can update his Toho design, which I think is what they're going to do, but I wouldn't mind seeing them go completely different from the Toho. How I view the Legendary and the Toho monsters in my head, I would like to put Mothra, Rodan, Godzilla, and King Ghidorah in their Toho forms and in their Legendary forms. I want them to look completely different, but at the same time, I want a non-fan to be able to look at them and say, oh, those two monsters are the same thing. So, anyway, with Ghidorah, I wouldn't mind wyvern rings. I believe I don't know if I said that right, but anyway, the type of wings Smaug has in The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, quadruped with 4 feet like Kaiser Ghidorah, maybe a darker gold like Kaiser Ghidorah. I wouldn't mind that, but at the same time, I would love to see a traditional Ghidorah. I wouldn't mind a traditional Ghidorah to appear in all his glory with his traditional fan wings, standing upright, no arms. No arms is a must, unless he's quadruped, as I said. But yeah, bright gold. Another thing is, Mothra, Rodan, and Godzilla, because they're earth creatures, they can look like, realistically, like they'd be dark, and nobody's going to call Godzilla beautiful. He's an ugly monster, I believe, unless you're like critiquing it as a fan. You might call Godzilla's design beautiful, but if you've seen Godzilla in real life, you want it to be ugly. I want King Ghidorah to come down, and he should just be beautiful, like solid gold almost, like he should be beautiful to look at versus Mothra, Rodan, and Godzilla, who would be considered ugly. And while Godzilla and Rodan and Mothra have a realistic look, I would love for King Ghidorah to have a more fantasy look, because King Ghidorah, like I say, okay, another thing about his origins, I don't think he's coming from Earth. I think he's going to come from space. Ghidorah, to me, looks too weird with the 3 heads and the 2 wings and 2 tails to be from Earth. I believe he's going to come from space. I believe Godzilla is going to be the catalyst for Ghidorah coming to Earth. Maybe I would like for them to figure out, well, see, it's a realistic movie, so you can't really explain this, but I would love to find out that King Ghidorah goes around for planets looking for worthy adversaries and wipes out the planet after he wins. Like, let's say there's another monster on Venus or Mars. King Ghidorah would go there, kill that monster, and then wipe the planet out for fun. I would like King Ghidorah to just be, he should be the alpha of alpha predators. Like, he's Godzilla's predator. I would also like, another thing, maybe King Ghidorah showed back up when Godzilla and Rodan and Mothra, their species, were actual species, and maybe King Ghidorah wiped them out back then. He wiped out all the Godzillas, all the Rodans, and all the Mothras 250 million years ago. That's why there's only one of these monsters now. And the reason he wiped them out is because he hunted them down one by one. But this time is going to be different because Mothra, Godzilla, and Rodan decide to stand up together because it's their last stand. As for how King Ghidorah is treated in number 3, I would like to see King Ghidorah beat Rodan. I would like to see him beat Mothra, and I would like to see him beat Godzilla in one-on-one matches before they all team up and beat King Ghidorah after a long, hard-out fight. I want to recapture the feeling of Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, on the big screen. Now, when I say I really imagine the one-on-one fight between Godzilla and Rodan, like, because I want King Ghidorah to be pure evil. Let's say King Ghidorah just blows up a children's hospital or an orphanage, like something really unforgivable, and then King Ghidorah, he's taunting children or something where I want the audience to be universally, everybody hates King Ghidorah and wants to see Godzilla fight him. And then Godzilla finally shows up, and you can see the people get excited because their hero has finally arrived. And then King Ghidorah just proceeds to lay a beat down on Godzilla. I would like to see something like that happen in the film. And maybe Rodan shows up to help him. Maybe Godzilla and Rodan try to fight, not together, but they fight against Ghidorah at the same time, and he still escapes and wins. I want this film to be I want King Ghidorah's appearance to be, can Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan, if they work together, can they beat King Ghidorah still? Like I say, I want King Ghidorah to look strong. I want Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan to be set up in Godzilla 2 strong, so King Ghidorah looks even stronger in Godzilla 3 when he comes down and fights all three of these hero monsters. Like I said, I want King Ghidorah to come from space, not from the Earth. I don't think he can come from Earth, but I wouldn't complain if he's Earthborn. Maybe he's man-made even. Maybe Monarch or someone creates King Ghidorah to kill Godzilla and Rodan and Mothra. I wouldn't mind that origin. I'm just excited to see King Ghidorah in an American movie. We almost got him back in '94 in the Godzilla vs. Griffin script. But now we're getting King Ghidorah in all his glory in an American CGI movie with a big budget. I'm happy to see King Ghidorah is coming. Another thing I want to talk about with King Ghidorah is I would like to see the Showa mane. Remember, in the Showa series, his suit had hair. I would like to see that come back. I would like to see his Showa crackle come back. Because, in the Heisei series onward, they gave him Rodan's roar and they modified it. I would like to see the Showa roar come back. I would like to see them take inspiration from Grand King Ghidorah from Rebirth of Monster 3 and the Showa Ghidorah from the Godzilla Showa series. I would like King Ghidorah, as far as his breath weapons, just give him the gravity beams, make it look like lightning, and maybe combine King Ghidorah and Kaiser Ghidorah's variations. For example, King Ghidorah can lift Godzilla with his beams, or he can put more force behind them and just blast Godzilla, similar to the Showa series. I mentioned that I want Rodan to tank Godzilla's ray. Rodan should not be able to tank King Ghidorah's gravity beams. Rodan should be able to, he can take a few hits, but he needs to get out of the way. Godzilla, I wanted to establish how durable he is, and we know Godzilla tanked the nuke. I would like King Ghidorah's rays. He can't even stand up to it. Mothra needs to be careful because she could get nearly one-shotted from King Ghidorah. I want King Ghidorah to just be that much more powerful that you need all three of these monsters to stop this one super monster. I want, as far as King Ghidorah's height, Godzilla's 355 feet. Maybe you wouldn't double that. I believe on average King Ghidorah is only 50 meters bigger than Godzilla, so that's just 500-foot Ghidorah would be good. That's only 150 feet on the Godzilla, so yeah, 500-foot Ghidorah would be good, I believe. We don't have to make him too big. Maybe a 600-foot Ghidorah. But yeah, nothing bigger than that, and that's pretty much it. Like I say, I want him to be the destroyer of worlds, the planet killer, the king of terror. I want King Ghidorah in all his glory, like he was in the Showa series in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, like he was in Monster Zero, like he was in Rebirth of Mothra 3. I want that King Ghidorah. I don't want Heisei and GMK King Ghidorah where Godzilla can kick his ass on his own. I want the Ghidorah that it takes Godzilla, it takes Rodan, who's equal to Godzilla, and it takes Mothra, who is the only kaiju to outsmart and beat Godzilla to stop King Ghidorah. That is what I want to see on the screen, Legendary. Make King Ghidorah King Ghidorah. Okay, make him King Ghidorah. That's all I ask for. I'm Miguel Newman. If you enjoyed this video, please like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Have an enjoyable day.